So, I've been thinking, what minimum work do I need to do to get a complete level together? What is my minimum viable product? And I concluded that there are only these few components. First, you need basic gameplay mechanics, and I think I can tick that off. You need minimum level design, and if it's just terrain, that's already potentially a level, so check. You need at least one type of enemy, got it. At least one type of weapon, got that too. You need an objective, which is, I have an idea for that, and I'll show you in my next devlog, so I guess I can take that off. And finally, you need a boss for the finale, and if you're making a horror shooter game like I am, you want that boss to be huge and disgusting, like a giant spider. I thought this would be a good idea, maybe because I am arachnophobic. I get scares from just looking at what I'm doing here. I didn't want to spend a gajillion hours rigging and animating a monster with this many legs, so procedural animation was the answer for me, which is what this is. I can briefly explain how it works. It's actually pretty simple. Each leg is an IK chain. It has a few bones where each bone is set to look at its parent. That's how skeletons work in games. It has a solver at the foot of the leg, which is a skeleton node, and it serves me also as the rest position for the leg. At the top of each leg there is a raycast that's scanning the ground for a spot to place the solver on the next step. I have a setting for the minimum distance of a step, and once the raycast collision point moves beyond that minimum distance away from the solver's current position, I am interpolating the solver to that next collision point. I also have a height setting which lerps the solver up to whatever the setting is and down again towards the collision point. That's how the spider is lifting its legs as opposed to sliding them on the ground. And that's all there is to it. It really is that simple. For now, this is just a prototype, of course, but the beauty of procedural animation is that you don't have to rig or animate this guy, and the mesh itself can be modular, so it's easier to do, and you can get a nice looking explosion afterwards, just throwing the modules around the terrain. One thing I am wondering about is, should this spider be a mecha with huge guns mounted on it, which would look really cool, like Diesel Punk style, that's one of my favorite aesthetics, or should this be an actual giant demon that would spawn swarms of little spiders to attack me, which would also be very cool, although probably a lot more expensive. Which one would you like better? You can let me know in the comments. That's it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.